Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the flight deck. We're continuing on with our support to the 2023 Formula One season. We're currently sitting in Bologna, where we flew into last time from Miami. Today we are flying a shorter flight just across into France, down into Nice. Now, as you can hear the thunder in the background, there's a chance we may run into a little bit of weather as it is the afternoon in Europe, and there is some cumulus buildup in the area, and of course Microsoft's weather is deciding to throw thunder and lightning at us for that. But we'll see what happens. Weather currently in Bologna is winds light out of the east with a few clouds in the area, and over in Nice the winds are same, light out of the east. Bit lower clouds and some cumulus buildup, so we may see a little bit more cloud action, storm action over that way. But let's hop on board. We can start getting the aircraft set up and ready to go. So before we start anything, there's Kevin down at the far end and his Antonov. Before we start anything, just a reminder, we are your ping bot on the server is confused. Yeah, probably. We are running a poll over on the YouTube channel in the community tab. Please go in and vote. It will determine how certain streams are done. Moving forward, it'll be up for a little while longer. I just want to get an idea of what everybody thinks. So please head over there and vote. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. It does help the channel a lot. And you can come over to the Discord. Links are in the description, where you can get all kinds of information about what we fly, where we fly, when we're flying. And if you need help with the sim, we're there as well for that. And as a final reminder, for today, we are community flights for all the live streams. So today and on Wednesdays, it is multiplayer. The rest are on VATSIM, and people are more than welcome to come along and join in the fun. And you can find all the information on Discord as well. Alright, let's get the aircraft up and going, and we can get on our way. We do not have external power, apparently. That is not good, so we're going to come in, turn on the battery, turn on the standby power, and we're instantly going to get the APUs up and running. Where is our fuel located? So we know... You're not going to show me anything there until I'm up and running. So let's get the we'll get all the main fuel pumps on, and we'll get the APU up and running, so we can get the APU gens going. We'll get the nav lights on as well. We need power to the aircraft to get her set up. That's the problems with flying into small airports like this. Sometimes the stuff isn't available. So we'll be starting under our own power today. Alright, sounds like she is up. We'll get the generators on. There we go. And everything is showing. Alright, so there's our fuel load. We're not carrying a lot of fuel today because we are not going very far. So we can carry on our setup. Back up top, battery switches are on. Standby power switch is set to auto. Hydraulic demand pumps are off. External power, we do not have it, so we're not worried about that. We're going to set our IRSs to nav so they can start aligning. Now we can pop back down here. Bleed air is on for the APU as well. Landing gear lever is down, flat position lever is up and indicating up. Fuel control switches are all off. Anti-ice is off. Oxygen is checked. Emergency exit lights are armed. Altimeters, we'll get the weather, and I'll put it into the chat. 1015 here in Bologna. So we will get that in. 1015 is set and cross-checked. And we can come down to the FMS now. Alright, into the FMC. Everything is looking good. Nav data is good. We are all good there. Position initialization, it is the 4th, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to grab it out of there, and we are set. So over to our route, and we will request our route. It's going to be a fairly short route today. We'll load that in and execute. So LIPE, which is Bologna to LFMN, which is Nice. And our alternate today is Zurich, if we have to go there. Hoping we don't. Alright, and there is our route. So we're going to look at our departure and arrival. We're basically going to fly south of the Alps along up over the coast. And for our departure, we are looking at using runway, it says 30. Now why would it say 30? I think given the short runway, we're going to want all the headwind we can get. So we're going to switch runways. And we're going to go to runway 12. There we go. And we're going to be flying the Loophole 1 Lima. Let's see if it's in here. Loophole 1 Lima. And we'll execute that. It's an interesting departure. I think it brings us back to the airport to cross over before we head off. We'll go to our index in an arrivals. The arrival is going to be interesting as well. What we are looking at doing is the ILS runway 04 left. And I'm just going to take a look at the airport. We want the ILS for 04 right. It is the longer runway. So we're going to change that. ILS runway 04 right. And checking out our initial approaches. That's through 04 left. Chart 1101. Sorry, I gotta get the actual chart here that we want. Approach 11. 04 right, it is that chart. Alright, so we're going to do the ILS runway 04 right. We are going in on the Ford 7 Alpha, or 7 Romeo, which is this one here. We are transitioning at Neras. And we will execute. So let's go up and take a look at our, well, we can't take a look at it. Can we? Will it let us do it? No, we gotta wait for our alignment, which is in 1 minute. And we can take a look at that. We can finish off the rest of our stuff here. We're gonna go into our position is good, route is good. We go to our performance, get our reserve fuel entered in. Once all this is done, I'll show the route. Carrying 24 tons of fuel. Our reserves are 4.4. It's common reserve for fuel. Our flight today will be at flight level 290. Cost index of 90. Thrust limit is good. Takeoff, it's going to be a flaps 10. And our V speeds are in. We're pretty light, so we've got lower V speeds for today. Alright. Fuel's on board. Payload is on board. We're still aligning the IRSs. We're going to be starting on the stand, since there's no need for pushback, as we are facing the correct way. Yeah, winds, we're going to take all the advantage here we can get. Alright, so let's take a look at our route. So we're going to be taking off on 04. That's going to head us out around this way, get us a bit of altitude before we head back to the field. And then we are going to be heading out. That's looking good. You can see there's a few little weird disconnects and interesting little things here. So we're going to be self-vectoring for part of this. But what I will do is come down and we are going to clear that disconnect. So we come down, out and around, and then we'll self-vector ourselves around for the ILS. Alright, so that is good. Back to 10 miles, and I think we are pretty much good to go. So let's get ourselves ready here, and I will show you on the map where we are and where we are headed. Alright, so we're here in the northern part. There's the boot of Italy. We're located here in Bologna. We're going to take off. We're going to do this little jog around here, gain some altitude before we head back and head for the mountains. We're going to cross over Genoa, come down the coast, as you can see here, and then we're going to head out over the water out to Neras. At that point, we're going to vector ourselves down to turn in and come in for C104 right, and then we'll be landing. Once we're down on the ground, we're going to come back, taxi up uniform to Charlie, and over here, this is the cargo apron right there. So pretty straightforward flight, shouldn't take too long. It's about an hour long. We'll just get ourselves again set and ready to go. Yeah, Discord looks like it's having server issues. It's just pumped out the notification for the video multiple times. So let's see how the voice server is doing. And I just want to go in and change a setting. No, that is good. Bologna Terminal, Skyways 5556, radio check.
You're
5x5 as well.
Thank you very much.
Alright, so we are good for engine start on the stand. So, hydraulic pumps are all coming on. Fuel load is correct, 24.8, and all fuel pumps are on. All relevant fuel pumps are on. APU is up and running. Beacon is now going to both. Doors are closed. We'll do a quick check around the aircraft. Everything is clear. And for sake of completion. Passenger signs are on, and we are clear to start. Bologna area traffic, Skyways 5556 on apron 3, starting on the ramp. Alright, so everything is set, and we'll start.
And Bologna traffic and Sub 319 Foxtrot, we're going to be backtracking, or correction, we're going to be taxiing from San 116 and taxiing via Tango Sierra Golf, backtracking runway 30, Bravo, and Alpha for departure off runway 12.
That sounds rather convoluted. Oop, actually, before we do that, I'm going to cancel that. Oh, we hadn't actually started yet. We'll add fuel. Just caught my VA tracker in time. Oh, yeah, Kevin's up and running. I can see him turning around there. There's starter cutout on 3. We'll start engine 4. And then as normal, we do 1 and 2 all at the same time. Engine 4 coming up. It's looking good. Got some other traffic out there heading down to follow Kevin. I don't think he realizes Kevin's going to be taxiing all the way up. Alright, good start on engine at number 4. We'll start 1 and 2. One and 2 are coming up. Fuel. Hydraulic pressures are now up. Here comes Kevin. He's using the runway to taxi because he's such a big aircraft. Alright, so we got good starts on engine 1 and 2. Start selectors are off, so we'll head up top. Engine bleeds for engines 1, 2, 3, and 4 are on. APU bleed will come off. APU selector is now off. APU gens are off. We're on the main engine generators now. Packs are on. Recall is checked. V speeds are in 125, and as our V1, we have a 200 knot climb out speed. We're going to set runway heading, which is going to be 114. I'll make sure that's dialed in. Let's go this way. For set, we're going to go flight level 290 as well. Straight climb out, no restrictions on the departure. as a limit. We have minimums we have to meet, but that's all good. Alright, flaps, we're going to set flaps 10. Oh, there we go. Trim is in the green. Flight controls, we'll come over to our flight control page. It's full left, full right. Not sure why that's not going full over. There's full left. There we go. Full right. And we're set there. Auto brakes will go to RTO. Window heats will now come on. And we are good for taxi. Bologna air traffic, Skyways 55, 56, apron 3, taxiing runway 12 via apron 3, Alpha, and holding short runway 12. There goes that 737.
51 on the Foxtrot, we're taking position runway 12, holding position on runway for 2 minutes for engine warm.
Taxi lights are on. Whoa. Kill that dome light. I don't know why it always spawns with that thing on. Parking brake is released. And we're fairly light as we're fully loaded with cargo, but our fuel load is so minimal. It's such a, oh, that's an interesting little airplane just flew over. We are a big airplane here. Good old swirls around the corner. Should see Kevin sitting down there at the end of the runway. There he is. Working himself around. See, the wind is favoring runway 12. Slight crosswind. Wind's direction is about 050. So as an admin point, there'll be no streams next weekend. I have my niece's dog, and we're going to be out for most of the time. So there'll be no Friday, Saturday, or Sunday streams next weekend. The last stream, we'll be streaming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then that will wrap it up for the week. There's the hold line coming up. And there we are. So looks like we got a LOD issue again with Kevin's airplane. There he is, just snapped in. Looking all nice and fancy. We'll give him a couple minutes after he rolls, just so that we're not too close to him. Oh, looks like somebody just spawned in on the runway in front of him. Joys of multiplayer. that little guy go? I must have despawned. Well, thought he was going to get eaten. Yeah, what, the fact that you got to sit there for 2 minutes while the engines warm up?
Bologna traffic into the 319 Foxtrot. We have finished the engine warm-up. We are rolling on runway 12 on the Lupos 8 X-ray departure.
Bologna area traffic, Skyways 5556, taking position, runway 12 and holding. Alright, so there goes Kevin. We'll release the brakes. We'll move out and take position. Make sure he gets a couple minutes. Get some distance between us. I am faster than him, so we gotta watch we don't get too close. Alright, we're gonna make the hard turn here. Little lightning flash. There he goes. We're gonna give him 3 minutes. We're also going to stand on the brakes while the engines spool up to maximum power, just to make sure that we use all the runway. There we go. We'll get the brakes on while we're sitting here. So little frontal checks as we go. So vital data is set and checked. Packs are all on. And working cabin crew notified. Flight directors now on both sides. Auto throttle is on. We'll make sure our lights are all on. Taxi light is now off. FCP setup 200 knots, heading a 114 and 2900. Feet. Alright, this is not quite what the departure looks like, but close enough. Bring our fuel back over. And that is about 3 minutes. Bologna area traffic, Skyways 5556, rolling runway 12 on the Lupo 1 Lima departure. So brakes are set, parking brake released, engines to 40%. Engines stay while we're rolling. Power full, brakes released. Couldn't hold them. Might have held on the parking brake, but that's fine. Airspeed's alive. 125 is our V1. Rotation's about 140.
319 Fox, we're passing overhead the field on the Looper 1 Lima departure. Correction on the previous.
Rotate. Oh, plenty of room. I don't know what I was worried about. Alright, positive rate, gear up. go. So we're gonna go Command A, LNAV, VNAV. There's our turn. Looking down on the city, very nice. Coming up for acceleration. Nose is down, flaps 5, speed checked. Flaps 1, speed checked. And as we come through 235 knots, flaps up, speed checked. Here's the airport. So we're going to fly out, do a circle around, as you can see, come back to the airport, and that should give us enough height to get over the mountains. Technically, it's not a cross back on yourself like this, but it's trying its hardest. Again, it'll be interesting to see what the update gives us in regards to how this thing flies. We are climbing like a rocket, though. We are pretty light. That turn. Oh, just decided to go the other way. Okay. It's 10,000 feet. Lights are off. Turn off lights are off. Wing lights are off. So gear is up, flaps are up, packs are on, exterior lights are off. We're through transition, so we'll switch over to standard pressure. APU is confirmed off. Now we're just climbing out. No point heading back to that point, so let's pop down here. We'll go to our legs page, and Lupos is our next point. We have to be above 10,000, which we will be. Yeah, we're going to be struggling to make that. So let's come back down. We're just going to head direct to Lupos.
So Bureau 319 Fox, start returning left heading 230 due to Charlie Bravos.
Ooh, a little bit of lightning down there. Bologna air traffic skyways 5556, leaving the area to the west at 14,000 or flight level 140 direct Lupos. Kevin's running into a bit of weather. To make sure we keep position reports, because it's a short flight. I may end up coming down on top of them. We don't want that to happen. So it looks like we're going to hit our cruise at Lupos. $18,000 feet. About 11,000 to go.
And number 319 Foxtrot is currently due south of Lupos, resuming the original course, and speed is currently Mach 69 or increasing.
Alright, so Kevin didn't give me an altitude, but he's about 13 miles ahead of us. We'll make sure we keep an eye out for him. Ooh, some nice lightning. Definitely got some weather build up ahead of us. We will give a position report as we pass overhead Lupos. There are 166 miles to go. And we are at flight level 210. 8.5 miles from Lupos. And I'm going to turn down some of the brightness on these lights. That's better. Watching our fuel, seeing if we're going to have to switch fuel pumps as we come in for landing. Now it's saying in the flight plan that our landing fuel should be $12.9. We're at 22.1 now. So we might not have to switch. We'll see. Position report for Skyways 5556 overhead Lupos, flight level 241. Speed is Mach 0.77.
And Bureau 319 Foxtrot is established on cruise, flight level 230. We are speed Mach 72, correction Mach 73 currently. 63.5 miles from Anaki.
Alright, so he is below us and ahead. See the coastline there. And we're heading down the coast this way. So if he is cruising at 230, we don't have to worry too much about running into him. We just got to figure out where he's going to be when we start our descent. Unless we're significantly faster than him, we may end up on top of him. To go. So I'll give another position report at ECPAL. Position report Skyways 5556 overhead ECPAL, Flight level 290, speed Mach 0.78. Again, short flight today. We're basically going to head up to that point right about there. Then we're going to follow the coast down a bit. And then we'll be turning out on the arrival out over the water to loop around and come back in from the other direction. Now, the last weather update had us at 13 minutes ago. Winds are 110 at 4, so it's all the same. Still got some cumulus buildup in the area. That hasn't really changed at all. So while we're in the cruise, let's get a little bit of background music going. And we will start right here. Just gonna go check the volume. Alright, well, it's playing in the background, so not doing too bad. So not seeing much in the way of build-up on the horizon. But other than that, everything's looking good. It's the town of Genoa coming up. We come back inside. Slide over, look out the window. It's Genoa down there. Oh, just saw hearts there coming up in the chat. Not sure what that was. There's the port at Genoa. Again, we're heading up along the coast here, and it switches over to France. Which point we're going to be heading down that way. I'm not sure if we're going to get to I don't know where Monaco is. I know it's out here somewhere. But yeah, very beautiful part of the country. Do got to get out here and visit this area at some point. Saint-Tropez, Monaco, Nice, Marseille, all that along the coast here. Fantastic. So we'll do our next point check at Lagan. That's where we make the turn to about a 250 heading or 245 heading. And hopefully Kevin does something similar and we can just see where we are in relation to him. Speed is keeping well. Fuel is doing good. going to be coming in. Of course, Nice. Cannes is just the next one over. All looking very, very nice.
All stations, it's going to go through. We are currently 7.3 miles from Anaki. We are going to be inbound on the Bordy 7 Romeo arrival, and we will be starting our descent in approximately 3 minutes. Currently doing Mach 7.4, and we are flight up.
Alright. He is on a different set of waypoints than I am. That's fine. My top of descent is a little bit further out because I'm kind of disconnected. We're going to manually bring ourselves down. As well. We'll start down before our top of descent here, but we'll come down in a shallower descent. Hi Matt, how are you doing today? Thanks for dropping in. So I want to see if I can get a look at our terrain altitude. So I'm seeing elevation markers in the 8,600 feet range in the mountains that we're going to be coming up to. So I think if I aim for 15,000 at Bordy, which is right here, that will give us some good altitude as we come down. So I'm going to set 15,000. We'll come down in a slow descent. And we will be arriving on the 47 Romeo arrival. Yeah, Bordy, they want us under 17. Oh, that's good. So 15 at Bordy is looking like a good decision. Nice traffic, Skyways 5556, 8 miles from Langen, commencing our descent from flight level 290 on the 47 Romeo arrival for the ILS runway 04 right at Nice. Alright, so let's head down. We'll set an initial of 1,000 feet, see where our banana ends up. We're going to tag our speed at 200.
We are currently 7 miles from Bordy. We are leaving flight level 2304, initially set 170, descending via the Bordy 7 Romeo arrival for the ILS 4 right. East traffic.
Let's get our descent rate a little bit higher. We're going for 15,000 at Bordy, so we'll play with the numbers. Speed is slowly starting to come back. Now, once we're below 1285, we can throw out our first notch of flaps to help with speed control. There we are. So we're about 15 at Bordy right now at 1600. We'll go 1700. All right, speed's down 285. We can go flaps 1. Flaps 1 set. So while we're doing that and the speed is coming back and it's holding, letting our descent rate settle. We're going to quickly pop down here. We're going to go to our initial ref. We're going to go to our approach. It's going to be a full flaps, 30-degree flaps. We'll put that in, so that is now set. back over to our progress page. Everything is good. So we're going to set our minimums now for the ILS. For the runway, we'll be doing a Cat 1 arrival. And that's going to set us up. We're Class D, full ILS. We want 270 on the barrel. So we'll set that in. Frozen there. 270 on the barrel. That is now set, and the ILS frequency is 110.7 with a course of 041. So into the rad nav 04 right. That should pull it up. We can put in the localizer 109.65, and there's no NDBs or anything there. 110.7 on the ILS. And 041 heading. I'm going to take it. That's fine. Definite cloud buildup over the mountains. We're going to come in this way, staying above. Alright, so looking at our...
We're overhead boarding currently. Level 160, we are inbound on the board 7 Romeo arrival for the ILS. Correction, 04 right.
Alright, so Kevin's about 18 miles ahead of us. So we're going to keep that variation there. So at Amgel, we have to be above 11,400. Transition altitude here is 5,000. Toured it says 11,400, flight level 114, but that's fine. And that is at Amgel, which is this turn point. So that will be our next descent point. So we can set 1,400, and then we can stretch ourselves out for that. Not to be below. Sorry, 11.4. There we go. So somewhere in the 1,300 feet per minute is good. We're holding that 280. That first notch of flaps is helping. So Nice is right down in here. So we're going to come in, out, over the water, around, and then in and land. Probably going to go auto brakes 4. Or probably auto brakes 3. And as slow a landing speed as we can do. we're going to have to bring in our descent rate a little bit steeper. We're coming up for Bordy. A little high through Bordy. We're on target for Amgel. East area traffic, Skyways 5556 overhead, Bordy, flight level 184, descending on the 47 Romeo arrival for ILS 04 right at Nice. Again, fine tuning our descent. Kevin's out over the water now. Somewhere. It is a 20-mile run down to Amgel. In here, just do a red nav check. ILS 004-100.
Thanks, traffic and Severe 319 Fox Square overhead. Mini crew, we are continuing descent for crew 4000 foot and slowing speed to 50 knots.
Alright, so that is what it is. Hopefully that comes in. Saying we're 21 miles out from the airport. There's the airport right there, actually. Alright, at Mikru we have to be at 11, or above flight level 1100. Just watching that speed. We can actually ease that off a little bit, and we'll go to 1100. Landing on the outer runway there. Not seeing Kevin out there yet. Interesting how they put the top of descent over here, but I had at Bordy I had a restriction of maximum height of 1700, so interesting. Yeah, it looks like we won't have to change the fuel. We're just going to run off with the inner tanks. Everything is good there. Heading now for Mikru. Set our heading to 297. That's going to be the heading when we head for Near-Ass, and then we're going to be self-vectoring after that. Alright, so we're coming up for flight level 1100. Speed back to 250. Slowly start coming down. East area traffic, Skyways 5556, overhead, meet crew, flight level 110, descending on the 47 Romeo arrival for Nice. Alright, so there's 10,000 or 11,000 feet. We're going to come down to 4,000 now. We're going to do it nice and gentle. Back in here, and we're going to go down at about 1,000. Throw all the lights on. Wing lights are on. Speed's back to 250 knots. That means we can go flaps 5. Flaps 5 selected. Alright. Via water, we're 16 miles out from the airport. I guess this is a bit of a run, so we could have descended later if it wasn't for that one restriction. So I'm assuming in the flight plan that restriction did not exist. Well, at least the weather's cleared up. Not too worried about the cumulus buildup. It's looking good.
East traffic at up your 31 and Fox. In order to stay within the stabilized approach criteria, we're going to start slowing to speed 178 knots. And confirmation of position, we are currently overhead. Stand by the position. We're currently overhead Otiki.
Okay, so he's about 13 miles ahead of us. And he's starting to slow way down. Slowing way down further than we will be. It's going to be interesting. We're going to catch up to him. Interesting. Alright, well, we'll see what happens.
Skyway 5556 and Jumpy 319 Foxtrot, do you want us to delay vector ourselves so as you can sight in the headings?
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'm going to be holding the 250 up until probably just before we turn on to approach, so I'm worried about catching up to you.
Roger that, we'll continue out of near us on a 219er heading for a few miles, so if you could let us know when you are turning inbound for the ILS.
Roger, will do.
Fantastic, thank you very much.
Alright, so he's going to let us kind of get ahead a little bit. So we're going to be 4,000 feet at near us. That's where we're headed down to now. So So we'll give position reports at all our waypoints now, just so he's aware of where we are. East area traffic skyways 5556 overhead Otoki 7,700 descending to 4,000. Lovely view of the water. So,
we are currently overhead now, starting heading off.
The missed approach
we're going to hold this for a few miles until spacing is adequate. We are currently holding speed 2, 4, 5 knots, but we will be slowing down to approach speed eventually.
Can you give me your location again?
We are overhead near us now. We're just initiating the turn for top of 4.5 knots.
Roger. Alright, so he's out here. Alright, we are looking good. So intercept altitude for the ILS is 4,000 feet, so that is all good. See our hold, that's our missed approach hold if we have to come out. Don't actually know, well, I don't think this thing does missed approach or hold, so we'd have to do it manually. East area traffic, skyways 5556 overhead, Mike November 800 turning inbound near us, descending through 5,200 for 4,000.
Okay, I found this on the web.
Shut up, Siri. To go. $270 is going to be our track off of near us, so we're going to dial that in. We're going to be basically heading direct to Mike November 150. There we are, almost 4,000 right at near us. We're now going to heading mode. East area traffic, skyways 5556 overhead near us, 4,000 feet. Vectors 270 to Mike November 150.
Ask me to play a radio station,
oh.
Or ask for your music on a different app.
Shut up. I don't know why it's picking all that up. Alright, there's 270. Didn't see him. Not sure if that's the multiplayer bug or I am blind. Still not picking up the ILS, but we'll see what happens. So we're going to be aiming for a point called Bisbo, which is 12.2 miles to the threshold. We're going to hold at 4,000 feet for the ILS, and we'll go in from there. And we'll vector ourselves as we go. The airport VOR 23 miles away, and airport is off over in this direction. We're maintaining 250. So we've got a 3,100 foot MSA out over the water. 12,500 if you go inland. It's a lot of mountains, as you can see. Alright, so yeah, the airport's over there.
We are currently approximately 37.9 miles and southwest, correction, southeast of Sierra Tango Papa, or we're going to have to start turning inbound to make the ILS approach for runway 048.
Alright, so that should work. Oh, I'm picking up the glide slope. It's not showing the actual ILS, but the frequency is tuned in. Let's see how this works out. Airport's about 17.5 miles away. Now, the thing I've found with this and the Salty mod is you've pretty much got to line yourself up before you turn on the approach mode. It doesn't like doing angled intercepts onto the localizer, or it just blows right through it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to extend out. We're going to turn to a heading of 390 after Mike November 150, and then instead of turning in towards the 30-degree intercept, we're just going to extend out so I can get a lot shallower intercept there, and be able to do that without blowing through it and having all that trouble trying to pick it up. Quick check on the weather here, and we'll see if there's an update. There is an update. It came out 16 minutes ago. Winds are now 130 at 8, so we're going to have a right-hand crosswind. A few clouds, towering cumulus in the area, and 1015 is the barrow. So let's go down here. I don't know why we're still on standard, but 1015 is set. That's good. 4,000 feet. Seeing any towering cumulus. We are good. Anyway, the airport is pretty much over there. So we're going to head out in towards this area up here, and then we'll cut back in instead of what it actually has us doing, which is going this way for the intercept. Because I want to make sure I can intercept it. what runway it's picking up, but it's showing us on the glide slope, which is a little bit odd. Again, 1107 will just come down quickly. 110.7. Okay. We're actually closer than I thought we would be, so we're going to turn left a little bit. To 230, just to try to space. That's almost where we're going to intercept, so that's actually not too far off. So we'll come out and then we'll come back in and around. Hold our speed. These are the fun things you get to do while working with an aircraft that doesn't quite work 100%, but that's fine. It is a lot of fun. So if we come down and look at our legs, this is what we're after. That next waypoint, CC 1004. Concorde on the ground? Really? CC or CI 04, right? So that's the initial waypoint. So we're going to go out a bit, and then we're just going to have it turn back in for it, and we'll see how that lines up. See, it's giving us our distance out currently of 3 miles. So we're going to bring our speed down now to 220 knots. So as we descend through 245, we can go flaps 10. There's 235, we go flaps 20. Speed nicely down. All right, let's see what we can do. So we're going to turn to a heading of about the reciprocal of 230, which would be somewhere in the 60-degree area. Or 50 degrees. Let the aircraft come around. East area traffic skyways 5556 turning inbound for the intercept ILS runway 04 right, 25 miles from the airport.
Traffic to Mississauga on his light. So
It's picking up Nice as Siri, which is odd. Yeah, so what we're going to do is just going to bring this all the way around. This. That's not too bad. There we go. We'll have to adjust for wind. localizer come in. So 200 knots. Go down to flaps 25 at 210. There's 210, flaps 25. Selected. No sign of Kevin. Let's see if I turn on his marker. Oh, he's behind me. Very nice. Oh yeah, Nice looks busy. A lot of aircraft over there. Alright, let's get back in here so we can do this. Bring this around. So. Gentle intercept. Coach mode is armed. See if it lines us up.
He's looking to review through on it. Collection 319 Foxtrot. We are currently approximately 30 miles east, or correction, west of the field. We are turning inbound for the LS formation.
It is turning us slightly to line us up. That is very nice. East area traffic, Skyways 5556 established, localizer 04 right, 15 miles. Alright, we're one down above. Let's get the... I got a view here somewhere. There we go. Get the gear down. Dance of the doors. Glide slope. Down we go. We're going to bring our speed back to 152 plus 5, which is going to be 157. And we are below 185. Flaps full. Speed brake is armed. Auto brakes are set to 3. Lights roll on. We call no blue or no warnings. Coming in a little bit of an angle.
Foxtrot, we are fully, or correction, we are set on the localizer for runway 04 by 23 miles out.
He's 13 miles behind us. So it is an offset localizer. Have to remember that. That's why we're coming in on a slight angle. Not seeing how much it's offset, but it is noted. And we are now 9 miles out. We'll make the call at 6, and then we'll concentrate our landings. We're going to have to make the final turn to line up. And we will not be going around if there's traffic on the runway. 2500. Nice area traffic, Skyways 5556 established, ILS 04 right, 7 miles. 2,000. Hey, Dirtster. We're a little high above the glide slope. We're gonna take over now. Manual control, we'll try to get her back on the glide slope. We're gonna edge it over to the left so we can get her lined up as well. Since again, it is an offset localizer. There we go. Nice sailboat out in the bay. And we don't want to come in too high either. It's not that long of a runway. Looks like I got traffic on the runway. Yeah, somebody just pulled off on the taxiway. It's an offset localizer, Dirkster, so it's warning you that you will not be coming in straight down the runway. It does that to avoid terrain further back behind us on the coast. So you have to be aware. That's why the minimums are a little bit higher than they normally would be, so that it gives you time when you break out of the clouds. 1,000 to go. We're definitely high. So it gives you a chance to get out of the clouds and line up. Don't have to send too much. There's one red. Okay. So we get her down to 2 reds. 500. Minimums. Continue. Continue. Auto throttle's off. Oh, that was hard.
Stuff against 031 and Fox we are 47.
Reversers are on.
04 by 1.7 miles out.
110 knots. Auto brakes are on. Yeah, we slammed her down there. Okay, reversers are off. Auto brakes are off. There's 60 knots. We'll take the high speed. Slowing down. I think you would call that fugly. Nice area traffic, Skyways 5556 clear, runway 04 right at Echo Foxtrot. We'll be taxiing to gate 26 Romeo via Echo Foxtrot, crossing 04 left, Foxtrot 1, Uniform, and Charlie. Alright, so let's do flaps up, speed brakes in, kill the lights, taxi light can come on, wing lights off, strobe lights are off. We are a big bird for this airport. Let's do a quick check. And nobody is lined up. There's an aircraft moving out over there. I don't know what that guy's doing. Sure, that's an approved maneuver. Nobody there, nobody lined up. We'll get across. We're going up to Uniform. We're restricted on where we can go here because of the size of the aircraft. They do fly in here because there are taxi paths for 747-8s. Go. Make a turn. Nice airport. This is default scenery. Looks very nice. As you can see, there is a few people here. It's fairly busy. There's Kevin coming in somewhere out there. Looks like we got a Concorde just took off. I wonder if that was the one that I was seeing. Looks like you got an ATR lining up on 04 right as well. Should be taking off on 4 left. It's usually the way they work is you would depart on the inner runway, land on the outer runway. There's Kevin coming in. Looks like ATR is pulling out in front of him. Again, this is what you run into with multiplayer. Not everyone kind of follows the rules.
019 Foxtrot short final 04 right.
Nice way they got the taxiways labeled there. You can see which one you're on. Hopefully that ATR gets going, or else he's going to give it a little bit of a surprise. Here's Charlie coming up. And somebody just spawned on the runway as well. Good times had by all. Let's see how Kevin's landing is. Oh, there's a... Yeah. Interesting times here at Nice. That looks like a flying boat coming in to land out in the water. And Kevin's down, very nice. This is Charlie. We're heading for the cargo terminal up at the far end. I wonder if it'll give us no suitable parking. Yeah, that's alright.
Traffic into the Bureau 319 Foxtrot, clear of 04 right. Caution of flying boats on the threshold.
Yeah, that was interesting. You figure they'd land parallel out in the water there. Ah, he's over there now. So 2.6 is, I guess, tucked into the corner. I want 2.6 right. Okay. So we'll watch for 2.6 right. I think that's going to be the one that kind of goes directly in. I can see 2.6 there. Alright. 2.6 right. There's the signs. 2.6 right.
Foxtrot taxiing San 53 Bravo. We are going to be taxiing via standby for the routing. I have to figure it out.
Yeah. There's 2.6 Alpha.
It's any traffic at Nvidia 319 Foxtrot. We are taxiing via Echo Yankee Golf
right.
Uniform 2 stand 5 3 Bravo, I do believe.
That says 2.8 Alpha. Yeah, we're just gonna go straight forward here. probably our best option, given that we've got a truck parked right there. Special requirements for large aircraft. Alright, we'll put our nose on the, there's that flying boat again. Our nose on the dot. Since that truck's there. Alright, brakes are on. Now we have no ground power here. No, we have ground power. Alright, so ground power is established. Hydraulic pumps will come off. Parking brake is set. Fuel control levers are now off. Oops, sorry, hit the mic.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
I'm well aware. I'll turn off the engine bleeds. External power is confirmed on. Window heat. We'll turn off all the fuel pumps. And that is us here in Nice. So Kevin is heading over here to this ramp. Not sure where he is. Oh, looks like I lost him. They just closed the game by accident. Alt F4, Alt F4. Well, Kevin, thanks for flying along anyway. It was a short flight, but it was an interesting one. As mentioned, there'll be no flight next weekend on Sunday. We'll fly the week after that on the next leg for our F1 support. Thanks, everybody, for coming along. I hope you enjoy, and we will catch you all on the next one. Bye for now.